Well, you probably remember the stores running out of things. Maybe they're still out of them. Toilet paper, bleach. Some of it's likely artificial. You know, most of the time here in Texas when there's a big storm, toilet paper is not something that runs out when we're getting ready to go into an emergency situation. Water runs out first. Water did run out at a few places, Costco, Sam's Club, but for the most part, through this whole ordeal, whatever it is, I've always been able to buy water. And so I thought it was kind of strange. In a real emergency here in Texas over the last 12 years, water is always the first thing to go out. That makes me wonder if the stores simply did not bring in as much toilet paper. You got to logically consider that. Well, what you won't hear about is up at Tractor Supply or your local feed store. And when everybody panics, they're not just buying a lot of milk and eggs or whatever else they need. We've found to buy the feed for our chickens, about the last 3 or 4 times we've gone to buy it, they're either totally out of it or there's one bag on the floor left. And you can see what's happening there. I mean, you've got, fairly wealthy guys that have small ranches. I'm not talking about commercial guys because they get it delivered, they have a whole different source than, they don't buy at Tractor Supply. By the way, Tractor Supply has an incredible markup and is really well positioned company. But I see, guys with dualies and King Ranches, Chevys, Fords, and Dodges pulling up and just buying, 6 months worth of feed. And that's not illegal. I'm not saying that's a bad thing to do, but it does have secondary consequences. I mean, families like my own that can just afford to buy 2 or 3 bags, that's all we're going to buy. And so when these guys do come in there and buy, a whole pallet and throw it in the back of their dually, there is secondary consequences. I mean, families like mine go out to buy chicken feed and there is none. So I guess it's not as flashy a news story as empty aisles of chicken feed versus empty aisles of toilet paper. And I've heard it's kind of the same thing with a lot of the livestock feed too. There a lot of people going in, they're just hoarding it, and that's it. Now, there's another theory, too, that's probably true, where a lot of the farmers that create the feed are having a bad crop, and I don't know the truth on that. My wife told me that one, so. Anyway, thank you. Playing the shofar, you hear it? You getting ready? What are you cooking here?
Potatoes and this, and I'm gonna wrap and.
What is that, cabbage?
Yes, cabbage, and I might cook lentil soup and mint cheese at the
You gonna cook it over the fire? Okay, cool. I'm gonna eat not so healthy. I'm just gonna have some all beef Nathan's hot dogs here.